Good morning, friends. It is time for us to go to a used book sale. I'm looking specifically for gardening books, any kind of herbal remedy type things, maybe a few books for my kids. I love poetry as well. So let's go take a look. I am looking for things that would be good for prepping as well. So I love finding a great deal, and knowledge is a great deal. So let's go take a look at what they have at the, I can't say annual, they have it several times a year, but I basically go once a year. So let's go see what they have at the used book sale. And I actually came prepared this time with bags. Let's go grab some books. I totally thought those books were gonna, those bags I brought were going to be enough. They were not enough. The ladies were smiling at me as I filled up both bags and then another bag, and they were so heavy they had to get a cart for me. Now, I've actually been looking for this book, Forks Over Knives. I have a relative who recommended reading this one, which I did some research on it before. They actually had two books here, and I got them for $1 each. What a steal. So I'm excited to get those for super cheap. And I did find a couple books. They're kind of contrary to each other. Like one's about living like a vegan, and one of them was about like eating low carb. And so I'm basically kind of merging the ideas together, and where they have like commonalities, I'm going with what's with healthy and delicious, and combining those things because life is short, but going with the healthier things. And I did grab a few recipe books because people who know me well know I don't cook very often. So I'm going to try to branch out. I did find this book on John Adams for my son, my oldest son, who likes to read about history. So I thought this would be a good one to pick up for him. I also found some Rachel Ray books, and this is 30-minute meals. I need things that can be prepared quickly. So I thought I think I got two of hers. And again, I think they didn't even charge me a whole $1 for those. Actually, it was three of hers. And then this one here talks about like all the different terminology of cooking. So whenever I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to food. So I'm like, if I come across terminology that I don't understand, I could use that as a reference. I didn't buy this one, The Taste of Aloha, but I used to live in Hawaii, so it was kind of nostalgic to see it. A lot of these books I already have. And I did grab this one here. I think it was called The Good Earth or something like that. I found a few that were kind of about like early settlers and what life was like back in those days. I thought that would be super interesting to read about. And I did buy some children's books for my youngest son and my nieces, and some history books. This one about escaping prisons I got from my older son. Remember Nothing More. I believe that one was about World War II. I'm not sure. Splendors of the Past, Ancient World Cities, The Voyages of Columbus, Heart of the Dragon. So lots of really cool history books. That's a child's book there, but I thought it was interesting. I think I want to read it too, even though it's for kids. This one here, I'm really excited. Little Heathens. And it has like what life is like, hard times. Really cool. I think this is a great one for prepping, actually. So I'm excited. I got that for $1, like less than the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, literally $1. No tax or anything like that either. At Home in the Wilderness, that's a good one for the kids. And Solar System for my son. My youngest loves learning about space. I got Sacagawea, which I actually want to read before I give it to my kids. Counting Knots on a Counting Rope. That's a cute story that I would like to read, as well as it's for my kids. Grandmother's Adobe Dollhouse. So that's cute. And of course, Frozen. I couldn't pass that up for my nieces. This one's for my son. Legos. There was an old lady who swallowed some snow. I'm excited about this one here. Old Time Gardening Wisdom. So that's interesting. I'm looking forward to reading this one especially. And it has all kinds of tips on gardening, even composting. So that's pretty cool. For $1. Backyard Problem Solver. That's fabulous. Lots of different situations can come up in the garden. So I'm really looking forward to looking through this one and using it as a reference. Hopefully I don't have too many problems to look up. Here's another gardening book. Now this one's pretty old, but it does have some really good information. It's all black and white, and it is old. It might fall apart. I can rebind it if I need to. This one here is about herbs. Fabulous. So herb books are always pretty expensive. So getting this for $1 is quite a steal. And I think they had the children's books 5 for $1. So I ended up getting I only spent $47, but I got well over 50 books for that. So I lost count, but none of the books I bought were more than $1, and I spent 47. So I ended up coming home with like 50, 54, 55 books. This one's here is all about horticulture. It's kind of magazine quality, but I think it will be interesting to read, and it's definitely worth $1. Pompeii, definitely that's going to be for my older son, who's really interested in history. I could even bring it to my classroom, and they're talking about Mount Vesuvius the other day. And some of the books have really great pictures, which I love to look at the illustrations. Excellent information. And all of the ones I chose were right on like where I live, like Western United States. This is for the North. And oh, look at this. It has so many different things. I actually used a lot of these hacks already. Like I use coffee filters all the time in my garden, and for all different kinds of little makeshift things. So I will definitely do some videos on how I've used the coffee filters, but I also probably try out some of the ideas that are in the books that I haven't used. And of course, cite my sources because I think it's important to give credit where credit is due. I am not a vegetarian, but I do want to learn how to cook more. And I often find myself preparing things that are vegetarian, even though I do like to eat like chicken, turkey, and beef. So, but no harm in getting a couple of those. Herbs and Spices. This is great. It's an older book. It's not brand new, but I really do like the content it covers. And I like to grow a lot of herbs and spices in my garden. That's for sure. So I'm always looking for ways to use them, or, remedies that they might be good for, or things that I haven't thought about using yet, and trying to really branch out and get more diversity, different types of plants into my garden. I can't believe I actually came away with exactly what I came there for. I wanted to get a few cookbooks. I wanted to get some books on prepping. I wanted to get some books on herbs and gardening, and I absolutely covered all of those bases and then some. I was kind of hoping I would keep it under $30, but I actually felt like I really hit the lottery, because if you were to buy one book, maybe two, that paid for all of the books that I had there. So, if you're buying it brand new. So like literally most of these books would have cost 30 to 50 or more dollars each. And I got them for $1 or 20 cents. So some of them were 5 for $1. Wildflowers of North America, Houseplant Encyclopedia. I got the Rachel Ray books, and those are some of her older ones. I got the Forks Over Knives. There's a couple of them I got. Let It Rot, all about composting. Dictionary of Cookings, John Adams. The Heart of Everything That It Is. You guys, thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and all that jazz. God bless you always, and I'll see you on the next video.